Hello, everyone. Thank you. Yes.
Everyone.
Oh, we were all ready. Today, I'm with so much joy, so much happiness, so fulfilled that this lovely lady of mine, I call her Deaconess Maggie. She's so, spirit filled. She loves God. She's a nurse. She's one person that I cherish so much. So there was no any other time I wasn't going to invite her on this show because she's got so much in her, to give. I see her more of myself. So without wasting my time, I would just do the justice, just call on my dearest sister, someone I respect so much, someone I admire too much, a mother, a wife, to speak to us on the topic, my health and work. So without much ado, viewers, welcome Deaconess Maggie. Deaconess.
Yes, hello.
The floor is yours.
Right. Hello everyone. I'm so pleased to be here on this show, Diana's Diary. But first, before we even proceed, I would just like to commend my sister that you are doing so well. God bless you. Well done. I wish I see you like face to face and just give you a very big hug. You are doing so well. Well done. God richly bless you. You are impacting life. God bless you. Yeah, my name is Maggie, as Diana have said. I'm a child of God, first of all. I'm a wife, a mother to 3 lovely boys who I called the 3 wise men. And I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Yeah. On the topic, my health, my wealth, when you reach out to me to talk about this topic, I believe our health is so important, because I believe when we have health, when we are healthy, we can achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve. Without your health, you can't really do much. Okay? Because we all aspire to be great in life. We all have big aspirations. We all have big dreams. But if you are not healthy and if you are not conscious of your health, you won't be able to achieve those dreams or those aspirations in life. And like I said to Diana, because we are using our life to impact other people's life. We are sharing part of our life for other people to also learn from it.
Yes.
So I'm going to share my own personal story.
Very much.
It's I had a PCOS as a young adult. Yeah. And that PCOS led to secondary infertility, because I already had a child in my early 20s.
Yeah, sorry to cut you in here. Those of us who doesn't have a professional background and laymen, if you could just break it down, PCOS.
PCOS, yes. So okay. Yeah. So in layman's language, PCOS basically means polycystic ovarian syndrome. That's PCOS. That's in medical, to like the definition of that PCOS in medical terms. But to break it down in like maybe layman language, is just hormonal imbalance.
Okay.
That's just basically what it is. That is, it has to do with the female reproductive organ, because as a lady you produce egg every month of your cycle for you to have your period. But with this condition of PCOS, your ovaries that you are producing is not mature enough to break into a cycle for you to have your period. So in this case, it's affects, it's linked to your hormone. So it just mess up your system where you have hormonal imbalance.
Okay.
So that's what PCOS is. And you know, you and I know, if you are not getting your period, how will you be able to get pregnant? So, and for a very long time, I wasn't seeing my period. Over 10 years, I would say. I wasn't seeing my period. And I just thought, okay, it's normal. Even before I went to nursing school, because maybe by then if it was something now as a nurse, I would have sort of have an idea, but that was before I went to nursing school. So I didn't even know, I wasn't even conscious of it. I just thought, oh, period anyway can be a bit stressful, so I thought it's fine, you know. So just to put it out there to young ladies, if you are not getting your monthly cycle, please, you need to check it out. You need to check it out, because you have to. It's something that's how God have created us as a woman. So you have to. So if it's not happening, you need to check it out. Yeah, so, but not until when I was ready for the second child that it wasn't happening, even though I was praying. But I believe I was actually praying amiss, because my prayer was like, God, if it's just one more child, God, just give me. Not knowing that there's something, you know, wrong. We were not going for any medical check. But one day I just told my husband, let's go to fertility clinic, let's check this thing out. Why is it not happening? That was when it was now diagnosed that it's actually PCOS, you know. And some of the symptoms, let me talk about the symptoms that obviously one major symptoms is that your period is either you have a regular period or you are not even seeing your period at all. And other symptoms could just be that you are bloated, you are having acne. But with me, I didn't experience acne, but it's part of the symptoms, because I had to go just read about it to just know, you know, what is actually happening. Once I get to know, you know, that is actually PCOS.
Yeah.
So you have acne, you have the male hormone in our system is high. Okay, so that's could also lead to maybe excessive hair.
Okay.
So if you are noticing any of these symptoms, sometimes it might not be related to that condition, because there are so many conditions out there. But what I'm just going to hammer on for our young ladies out there to learn is just, once you notice any change in your body, any changes in your body, just check it out. check it out. Don't say, oh, you are praying about it. Yes, you are praying about it, but even the Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge.
Oh, thank you.
So you might be praying about it, but also have it checked out.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's basically my story. And I tell you, as soon as I figured out that that's the condition, that is actually what was happening in my body, then my prayer now moved, because now I now know what to pray for. I now know I can eat the prayer in the right direction, if you get what I mean. That this is the system. We know God is a miracle worker. We know that there's nothing God cannot do. We know. But if you don't know what is happening in your around you, if you don't know what is actually going on in your body, what is happening in your system, I believe you will just be praying the wrong prayer, you know. Yeah. And by the grace of God, I said earlier that I'm a mother to 3 boys. Even the babies, they are not stopping. I'm the one that's now even praying that God, it's enough. You see, once I get to know what the problem is, then I know how to now sort of, what kind of prayer do I need to pray, and what do I also need to do to help myself, for God to also help me. Yeah.
So I want to chip in here. Thank you so much, especially for bringing to light using your personal story. I honestly appreciate that, because it's more to relate to it when you have experienced it, and it becomes practicable, and someone out there will see that I'm not the only one into it. You understand? So I just want to appreciate you for giving us that example based on your own story. My question to you is that there's this great friend of mine that, like you were saying, first of all, if you see this kind of signs that you're not having your menses, you are bloating, you are getting, pimples and all that, you should check up. Based on the story that you just mentioned, 10 years of not getting your menses, were you not worried? Did you not seek any help until you joined the nursing school to discover that there's something wrong with you? What did you do? Or you were just praying?
I was just praying. And then, mind you, before I had my first child, my period was already irregular. So it was just all over the place. It wasn't regular. So I guess that was why I wasn't worried too much, because I was like, oh, I have a regular period anyway. And then I wasn't really taking it serious. That not until when I was actually ready for the second child, you are trying a year, 2 years, second year, third year, you are like, what's going on? Because automatically you will be thinking in your head, I've already had 1 child, so it shouldn't be that difficult to have the second one. But yeah, that was what happened, because so that tells me that even my period being irregular before I had my first child, it tells me that I've often had that condition. It wasn't just not up to that stage. When the condition is starting, it will start gradually. It's like fibroids. Yeah. When you have fibroids, it starts very small.
Yeah.
Then it starts growing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I guess that was what happened. That's why I just thought, maybe ignorance, let me put it that way. I just thought, okay, having a period is even stressful, and maybe it's just irregular, and then it just stopped. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Oh, wow. Someone just tested out PCOS is a serious condition. You know, my
It's
first time, as a nurse, I I heard about it during uni time, and I haven't heard of it. So thank you for coming on that. We just show
Oh, you're
more
welcome.
on PCOS. My thought is that someone, and the fact that this creator is also inviting guests to join. A gentleman wanted to join, but we'll let you in, Mr. Bar, later. Thickness. What I want to, let people know, there's a difference between spiritual fight and physical fight. Okay, so using your story, this is something you are having irregular, menses, but you are thinking that it's something that you can. I want you to tell somebody out there. I know of this lady that for now I don't know whether it's PCOS or whatsoever, but all we are doing is just prayers and prayers and prayers. You know how sad or unhappy you feel when your friend, you know that this person really deserves the best when it comes to childbearing, and throwing this light to it. I don't know whether the person has seen a doctor or not, but this friend told me about her friend. So this one, I don't know her. So she is also a Christian, okay? And they were to go and do, is it?
IVF?
IVF. And the lady said that she doesn't want to do God's job for her because she don't want to give it a try. Because if God says that he will bless you, you don't have to let man take credit for God's work. And you see yourself before like that?
Okay. As for that IVF, like I said, prayer have its own place, because even as Christians, you can't rule out prayers. And like I said before, that my prayer before I knew what was happening was, God, just give me one more, so that at least I know I have 2 kids. But once I know what's happening in my body, then I start praying, God, give me a new reproductive system. Because
you know what you are actually praying for.
Because now you know, you can now eat the prayer in the right direction. Because we might be praying, sometimes we pray amiss. So instead of me now praying, God, just give me one more, because it sounds like that prayer is, to me, it sounds like I'm sort of moaning, or I'm complaining, or I'm like, just why you are my father, why are you not giving me just one more, just give me one more. But once I know, I changed my prayer. God, this is the condition, this is what is happening in my body, my reproductive system, this condition is messing up my reproductive system. God, give me a new reproductive system. Because being a Christian, we know that God is our source. We know that it's God that created us. And when you have a manufacturer, if my phone is faulty, I use Samsung. So if my Samsung phone is faulty, I know that we can take it to Samsung shop. They have all the parts, because they are the one that manufacture it. So they have all the parts. They can replace whatever it is that is making it faulty. So now this is me in God's presence. This is what is faulty. Give me a new reproductive system. And during my prayer time, this Bible verse, Genesis chapter 1, It's like I haven't read Genesis chapter 1 before. How God created everything that we needed. And then God now puts Adam and Eve. God have already created everything before he put Adam and Eve there.
Yeah.
So my 2 prayer points then was now that I want a new reproductive system. And then secondly, everything that God have created will not go against me. So that means if I drink water, water will not go against me. If I've eaten my fruit and vegetables, it will not go against me. It will do what God have, because God made these things. That is, I'm going to keep jumping because that's what make me go into my healthy lifestyle. Eating my fruit and vegetables, my plate have to be very colorful when I want to eat. So I've been praying that sort of prayer, I believe, because no matter what it is, even if you're going to take medication, it shouldn't go against me, because it's God that give this medical people the knowledge. It's God that gave this pharmaceutical company the knowledge. So it shouldn't go against me. It should do the right job in my system.
Yes.
So going for IVF, because I was actually going to go for that IVF.
Yes.
I think I told you. I was actually going to go for that IVF. Few days to our appointment was when I realized that I was pregnant. So going for IVF, like the lady you are saying, to me personally, I don't think is wrong. It's like saying that taking paracetamol for my headache, I don't want man to take the glory. Like you said, I'm having headache, and God have given somebody wisdom to make that paracetamol, and I know that if I take this paracetamol, it's going to help me with my headache. I won't go the natural way first too, because me, I like, if I'm having headache, I will go for before I take paracetamol, I will drink a lot of water. Because it could be that I'm dehydrated. That's why I'm having headache.
Really?
So I might not even need paracetamol.
Yeah.
So paracetamol even have its own place. Once I'm drinking the water and then it's not going, then I'm like, okay, let me move to the next one. Let me take the paracetamol. You understand? So that's the IVF. I don't think it's against it. I don't think it's bad. Personally, I don't think it's bad. We all have our personal, the way we communicate with God. We all have our personal relationship with God. So I would advise that person to now go back to the secret place and ask God for going for that IVF. But personally, I don't think IVF is wrong. If I wasn't pregnant naturally, I've already booked the appointment. Even I was going to pay, because the doctor said, because I've already had one child, it's not free. I was going to pay, and I was ready to pay for it. But see how God did it.
Yes.
I was pregnant before.
He wanted to take his own credit for himself. So God works. We cannot tell God how he's going to do his job. Maybe it's through that IVF that God wants to perform his miracle. Who knows? God, in the scripture, God did not perform miracle one way. That like, okay, it's only the miracle, even one way miracle. No, he does it in a different way, even in ways that we cannot even imagine. Some people have their miracle babies through surrogacy, and I don't think surrogacy is wrong, because even Mary was a surrogate mother of Jesus. God needed somebody's womb to carry the baby. God used Mary's womb. Yes.
So I don't think it's wrong. But like I said earlier, we have our own personal, how we relate. God is our Father. As parents, you know your children. I know each of my children. I know their character, I know their behavior, I know their likes, I know their dislikes. What A likes might not be what B likes, might not be what, you understand. So we relate to God, differently. But I would say she should go back to your father and ask him. Yeah.
So family, we are just talking about our health, our wealth. Okay, your health is your wealth. All right, and we've got Deaconess Maggie, who has a background of being a nurse, and she is taking us through using her own experience to just enlighten us about PCOS. And this is something like an imbalanced situation, mostly in females, and she's taking us through this using her own experience. So Deaconess, somebody is out there, I know most women or few of us watching might have your condition. What do you think are the causes of this imbalance? What are the causes to PCOS?
Okay. Medically, they don't really know what causes it. However, even though they don't know what causes it, but there's a research that insulin resistance is connected to it.
Somebody said dehydration. It could be dehydration, I doubt.
No, that was when we were talking about headache, drinking water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was that? Where was I?
The causes of
the causes, yes.
Causes
of PCOS. There's no yes. They don't know what causes it. They don't know what causes it, but it is underlined that insulin resistance, because it's now actually linked to PCOS. I mean, it's actually linked to diabetes. Sorry, type 2 diabetic. Because if you're having insulin resistance, then you are prone to also having type 2 diabetic, which is why I'm so, I don't want to use that word crazy. I'm so conscious of my health, because when I eventually got pregnant with the second one, during the scan, they found a fibroid during the scan, but the fibroid was very, very, very tiny. Okay, so but because it was very, very tiny, that's another link. So it shows that if something is wrong with our health, it can move from one stage to another. So to me, it shows that fibroids, if I wasn't conscious or if I wasn't pregnant, for them to find out in the scan, I wouldn't know, and then I will still be eating.
Know that you had any fibroid?
You would, yeah. I didn't know.
Was this the 10 years whilst waiting on a baby?
That was after. I got pregnant 11 years after, because my first one is 12 years older than the second.
Oh, okay.
So during the pregnancy, at the scan, they found the fibroid. So what I'm saying is, if I wasn't privileged to be pregnant for them to see it at the scan, even though it was very, very tiny, I will still be eating junk, whatever that I'm eating. I won't be conscious, and the fibroid will be growing.
Yeah.
the fibroid will be growing. But because I now know that, okay, I have fibroid, and they said they are not concerned because it's very small, then I make sure I'm very, very conscious. Then I was eating whatever. I was also praying. As I was praying, I was eating well, eating good. By the time I was going to get pregnant a year after, there was no fibroid again. So that tells me that everything is working hand in hand. Whatever I'm doing is working. Eating healthy is working. However, even though there was no fibroid again, I had gestational diabetes, which is now leading to type 2 diabetes. Can you see how if you don't watch out for your health, it will keep going from one stage to another, from one stage to another.
Yeah.
So we just need to be conscious about our health and eating clean. Let me put it that way. Eating clean is just the way to go. I'm not saying dieting.
Thickness, sorry to get you back. So now the causes, you've made us understand that, there's no cause. There's no causative organism causing this, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't found out any causative organism to PCOS. But my question was that there's some predisposing factors, yeah, that might lead to that, or still they don't have any factors. Is it about the food, your diet, or
it's about your lifestyle?
Your lifestyle. Okay. Thank
your
you.
Lifestyle.
Okay. So that's why you are now telling us the lifestyle that we have to do, because
Yes.
one of the predisposing factors is lifestyle.
Lifestyle, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying having a healthy lifestyle, it goes a very long way to our body. We will benefit from it, because at the end of the day, our food can be our medicine. The food we eat can be our medicine. When you eat well, I'm not saying diet, I'm not saying starve yourself. When you eat well, when you eat clean, it benefits our body health-wise. And when we are also talking about living a healthy lifestyle, stress, it's a big thing. Stress is a big thing. When you are stressed, you produce some sort of hormones that just destabilize the body as well. Once you are stressed, so just live a stress-free life. Can we still eat our banku and still be clean? I eat everything. I eat banku. I eat wache. Everything. I eat everything. However, when we are talking of now eating your banku, if you have a mountain,
Tell me about that.
if you have a mountain of banku in your plates and you are not balancing it out, that's not eating clean. That's not eating clean. It has to be balanced.
I think with what you are saying, then if you are looking forward to having a child, or you've been diagnosed of fibroid or whatsoever, you can't just eat anyhow. And what are some of the food recommendations? Because I know that now you are into eating naturals, healthy. That's how you got there. Is it Maggi juice? Or
Juice, yeah.
yes, I know you've created something like that, and kudos to you. God bless you for doing that. You know, sometimes things happen in your life, and you jump on it just to, better yourself, and also just to better the life of others. And I think that that's how life should be, to be honest. So this leads me to my question again, with regards to eating well. If you say eating well, someone is looking at us that is, have been struggling having a baby, maybe for the past 12 years, for the past 10 years, for the past 8 years, okay? And they diagnosed her of this PCOS or fibroid. But the person is eating good, doing his normal things or her normal things. Normally it's women, so I'll say her. What are some of the things you will consider the person do aside praying as a Christian? We know praying as a Christian, then eating right. If you say eating right, is it morning I have to eat my banku, afternoon I eat salad, evening I eat? Can you recommend certain, food for us? And also, what are some of the steps somebody might get help through Diana's Diary? Because Diana's Diary, this is what it's all about. I just feel for women that are expectant, they are in expectant of having a baby, and is delaying based on just maybe some little things. I haven't seen a doctor, and a doctor, when you go, sometimes they say go and drink water, go and drink paracetamol. I knew of a lady that had fibroid, and the fibroid had increase. Meanwhile, they couldn't detect it. So is there any advice, because of the time? I think we got another 38 minutes. What are the routines that we should do in terms of food? Let's say let's eat this in the morning, don't skip breakfast, which 100% I know. What kind of food should they eat? I think they need to eat right, which they are not doing. I'm 100% sure Africans, we just don't consider eating right at all. And tell us, after eating right, what's the next, so that somebody up here can come and give a testimony on our platform based on your life story regarding PCOS.
Okay, when I say eating right, you have to eat more. First of all, don't skip breakfast. Please, don't skip breakfast. Because when you eat breakfast, it's like a fuel that you are putting. If you don't fuel your car, it will not move. So when you have your breakfast, it's like you are fueling the body.
Yeah.
And it have a way of boosting your metabolism.
Okay.
Yeah, when you have your breakfast, when you have proper breakfast in the morning, it have a way that it boosts your metabolism for you. So you have to eat your breakfast. So however, when we say eating right, with me personally, what I do, I eat more of protein and fiber. When you eat, what I notice is when you eat more of protein and fiber, you drink a lot of water, because fiber absorb in your body, in your system, in your gut system, it absorbs water in your system, so it makes you to be thirsty. When you are eating a lot of fiber and you are not drinking water, you are going to be constipated. So it makes you to drink a lot of water. Trust me, if you have, but because with me in the morning, because of the nature of our job, I'm used to making my smoothie, because it's very easy in the morning when you are going for your long day shift. you just or when I come back from a night shift in the morning, I just blend my fruit, drink it before I go and sleep. So I'm used to. But if you can also, some people too, they cannot really eat. If you tell them to eat oats like that, they can't. So with me, it's not that I don't eat oats, but I find it more convenient to just blend everything together. And when you blend your fruit, you make it a smoothie. It helps you to eat even more than 5 fruits. You can blend more than 5 fruits together, and then you drink it. You have your this thing. And then we have fiber, like chia seed is high in fiber, like pumpkin seeds, it's also high in fiber. If you have your whole grains thing, they are all high in fiber. You have them, you will be drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
And then you have your protein. When I want to eat my banku, I don't have a mountain of banku in front of me, you know, but I like having my banku with pepper and fish. Then you will see my lettuce. Even my son will be laughing, "Mommy, you are eating grass." You know. But the portion of your food also, it goes a very long way. I think when you are starting afresh with the way you eat, you just have to introduce it slowly. And the more you start, the more you introduce your body slowly, because mind you, it's not something that you are used to. So you start gradually. You cut down on your sugar. On sugar, I don't take sugar at all. Even honey, I don't like honey. Because over the years, my taste bud have changed. It's not that I never used to. I used to, but over the years, my taste bud have changed. And when I want to sleep, I sleep.
It's very necessary.
It's very important. I sleep, and nothing can stress me. Nothing. And I look, because all these things, they are all related. Your mental health, your physical health, the way you feel emotionally, you know. Something happens to me recently that even if it happened to most people, they will still be down. But you pick up yourself. You don't allow anything to weigh you down. And we all have our coping mechanism. Look for your coping mechanism when you are stressed, or when something not so good happens to you. Look for your own coping mechanism. Some people will just be that maybe they want to go and sit by the seaside. Some people might just be that they want to dance. Some people might just be that they want to read. You know, look for your own coping mechanism. Some people might even be cooking. Some people, they can stand in the kitchen and cook 24 hours.
I just cook.
Exactly. So look for your coping mechanism when, instead of you being stressed out or allowing anything to affect you psychologically or emotionally, because all these things, it's all linked together. So we have to look after ourselves. It's not only about eating. Even the way we communicate with people, the people we associate ourselves with, is part of healthy lifestyle. Because mind you, it's our lifestyle, our finances. When somebody don't have money now, somebody can be sick. You know that some people can be sick when they don't have money. So if you are having financial issue, what are you doing about it? What measure are you going to put in place? Because that alone can even stress you. Because even with the way where this part of the world where we are, you know, you have bills to pay, you have other things to do, and all that financially. So finances can make people stress. What do you need to do to tackle that aspect? The people that you associate with, if they are not helping you psychologically, if they are not helping you emotionally, just move away from stress. That's just the bottom line. That's the bottom line. And look for how there's also some stress that you cannot move away from completely, but look for how you are going to manage it. Look for how you are going to manage it so that nothing stresses you. Unforgiveness. Oh, somebody did this to me, I'm not going to forgive that person. It causes a lot of damage. Even forgive, that's what I even do now. Forgive in advance before anybody even come to upset you, because we are all human beings. We will step on each other's toes one way or the other. But even before that person will come and step on your toes, you have already forgiven the person.
It's a person.
Exactly. Because psychologically, I've already prepared my mind. I've already said it in my head or in my subconscious mind that there is nothing anybody can do to me that will upset me. So it's when it happens, it's human nature to be angry. You understand? But
that is, don't let it be long.
Don't, exactly. You just leave it, because all these things have a way that is going to affect your health. It's going to affect you.
Yeah.
And you don't want anything to affect you. You don't want anything to cause damage to you. You get what I mean? Just love yourself so much that you forgive people in advance before they upset you.
Stress will also play a major role in these hormonal imbalances.
Exactly. Because that time when I was having that issue, I was stressed. I was stressed out.
Were you stressed because you were thinking about, how long the pregnancy have taken, like you haven't had a baby, or were you stressed about the environment you were in? Was it the society or your own self? What was making you stressed?
It was everything, really. At the beginning, I wasn't really stressed about the pregnancy, because not until the second going to third year before I started getting stressed about it. Like, as woman, you'll be wondering what's happening in my body, what's going on with me. But the first few years, it was work, because I was just working and working. It was work, and you are just stressed out. Because you just want to do so many things at the time, and all that, the society and all that. Yeah, so it was work. Then the issue of not being able to conceive also now added to it. It also added to it. But at some point, like I usually say, the word of God, because I will always go back to the word of God. The word of God is life. That's also one of my coping mechanism as well. When I'm going through issues, there's always a word. There's always a word that will suit, that will heal whatever it is that is happening around you. There will always be a word that you will hold on to. So there will be a word in the scripture that will make you feel hopeful.
So we are back to the stress and how you were coping with it, and you were talking about the environment, and now you've gone back to God, because your life has been always God.
Exactly.
And it's still God.
Exactly. And it will be.
There's nothing human can do without our Creator who brought us to this world. So regardless of anything, we put Him first. So we are not saying that we shouldn't, consult God he's your first consultant. Yeah. Let's try and wrap up. Yeah. So, all in all, we know that as women, we need to know our body. Okay? So as to know that something is wrong with us. Okay? We should be able to know the wrong from the right. Isn't it, Dickness?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll leave you to just wrap up.
Yeah, if you notice any symptoms, any strange symptoms, just go and see the doctor. Okay. It's best you go and see the doctor, and you know what is happening.
Yes.
Than you know, leaving it thinking, oh, even if you are having headache and it's not going, you are taking paracetamol, is not going. Common headache, you are taking paracetamol, is not going. You are drinking water, is not going. You are having that headache for about a week. You need to go and see the doctor. That means there's definitely something wrong. You need to go. You need to get to the roots of the matter, and we also need to listen to our body, because our body will give us that signal. Our body will give us the signal. It will. If you need to sleep, your body will tell you that you need to sleep. If your body is telling you that you need to sleep, go and sleep. My husband knows me. If I want to sleep and the house is not tidy, I will choose my sleep over tidying up the house. He will tell me, what if I'm coming with a visitor? I will say, don't worry. If your visitor doesn't have children at home, then you shouldn't come to my house. I'm sorry, I want to sleep. Yeah. Because I know that I do more of night shift. So I will prioritize my sleep to tidying up the house. When I wake up, then I can tidy up the house. I'm not saying I'm not tidying up the house, because you don't want to even live in a dirty environment. That's not what I'm saying. As a woman, we should be clean and all that. But if the children have messed up, they've put their toy there, they've this, or I have clothes to fold away and all, that can wait for me to sleep. When I wake up, you understand, you do it. Whatever it is that is stressing you, or that have the potential of giving you stress, cut it off.
Thank you.
Do some exercise. Exercise does not have to be boring. Some of us cannot go to the gym. Me, for instance, I cannot go to the gym because even all their gym equipment alone, it scared me.
I've registered twice that I've come off it and my money went waste.
Exactly. So there's no point. Look for what you enjoy doing. But you see, because I love dancing, if I put my music here now and I start jumping up for like 20-30 minutes, that is exercise.
Someone says sleeping is very important.
It's very, very important. Sleeping is very, very important. Very, very important. And apparently, during one of my night shifts, one of the doctors was telling me that that even night shift, doing too much night shift is not good for you, because when you sleep in the night, there's some particular hormones that you produce during the night that is good for the brain.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
That is good for the brain. So some of us that we are even doing night shifts, we know that is not so good. But we have to, make balance for it. We make balance for it. I know that doing night shift is not good. I cannot go and do night shift for 4 nights or 5 nights. Then I'm killing myself.
Yes, you are.
So it's either you now mix it up, and then when you want to sleep, you sleep. You cut off the stress. You do your exercise. You can make your exercise fun. For instance, look for what you enjoy doing. Me personally, I like walking. I can walk 1 hour, 2 hours. I like walking. So I will walk, and I love dancing. I will walk and I will dance. That alone is a form of exercise. You are picking the children from school. You don't have to take the car. If it's not about an hour, the school is not even up to 1 hour these days for the children. Walk. You want to buy something at the grocery shop that is not like maybe the main shop. Maybe you quickly want to pick up milk and bread and all that. You can walk to the off license and go and pick it up. You don't have to take the car.
Thank you.
So it's also a form of exercise. You don't have to walk. I don't know. When they say 10,000 steps, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Like I said earlier, I can walk for 2 hours. I can do my walking for 2 hours. And you know what I now realized lately is that when I'm walking, it's like I'm also multitasking, because as I'm walking, I'm praying. So I'm doing prayer. I'm prayer walking.
Right.
Connecting with God. I'm walking, and I'm also being refreshed. When I finish praying, as I'm walking, I'm meditating as well. I'm meditating. I'm reflecting. It could be anything. I'm reflecting about life. I might be reflecting about, or be meditating about maybe a scripture that I've read, and I'm just thinking. I'm just meditating about it. You see. And I'm exercising at the same time. You are doing multitasking. When I'm done, I love my Christian music. I don't know how to dance to some of this music, yeah. But once I put on my music and I'm praising God, I'm connecting to God, is a form of you also doing your exercise.
Tapping the love buttons for us, please, before they cut us. Keep tapping. Letitia, Honorable Didi, you are welcome. I see you. I see Frimpoma. I see Flavored Moon. Thank you all. Please tap the love button for us if you can't. And we will just give you we've got 15 minutes to wrap up. So whoever wants to join and speak, you are allowed. And yeah, if you want to be on the comment section too, you are allowed. Okay, so yeah, we've got just 15 minutes to wrap up, and we will take all questions coming. If you want to join us as a guest, let me know on the comment section, and I will just open you up to join Deaconess. Thank you. Deaconess, over to you, please.
Thank you. Yeah, so every little help. Yeah, somebody said getting fresh hair. Even when you are walking and you are getting that fresh hair, it has something. That fresh hair alone, you feel refreshed. It's helping you mentally.
Yeah.
It's helping you physically. It's also helping you mentally. That's what walking do for you. And you are also, it's helping the whole of your body. You are getting your exercise. So it doesn't have to be something too complicated. Yeah, it doesn't have to be too complicated. You can have fun, enjoy life.
Yeah,
enjoy life. And I will also even touch on, I think we've talked about also self-care.
Self-care. Yeah.
Self-care.
Self-care, as in caring for yourself.
Caring for yourself.
No, we haven't.
We haven't. It's also part of it. Yeah. Caring for yourself. Yeah. You wake up, you are not even going anywhere. You dress up, you look nice, you look good. There's something that it does to you, to the brain. Yeah. There's something it does to the brain. So all these things they are all living a healthy lifestyle. Because when we talk about healthy lifestyle, having a healthy lifestyle is not only about the food part alone. It's not only about the food part alone. That's why you see, maybe even some people say, they will tell you, oh, I'm eating this, I'm eating that, but I'm still not feeling good within my body, is because you are not touching all the other aspects. You might be eating well, but maybe you are stressed. And when you are stressed and you are producing that stress hormone, whatever you are eating is not going to help the body, because that stress hormone will be blocking it. It will be blocking whatever it is that you are eating. So everything work together. It work together. Enjoy life. Look for what you enjoy doing, what is best for you, and just enjoy this life. God created this beautiful life for us to enjoy it. So just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Deaconess, thank you so much for using your life example for us to learn about hormonal imbalance, your health, your worth. This is very deep. And I know that whoever has joined has learned, and that we will share it on the YouTube platform. And I know somebody out there is going to be blessed. A lot of people are suffering. A lot of people are going through, medical issues that are unknown to them. Okay? So this has enlightened us. This has brought light into our health. And we need to take charge of our health, because our health is our wealth. If you have money and your health is in bad condition, your health is not good, how are you going to enjoy that wealth? I like that. I love this topic. You need to take charge of your health. It's very, very important. Your health is your joy. Your health is your life. You shouldn't chase the money without thinking about our health. Deaconess, I'm so much happy that you came to tell us, how we need to look after ourselves, especially somebody who is expecting, who has waited so long. I know that this has been a blessing to a mother who is expecting. And Deaconess is telling us that we shouldn't stress. First of all, she made mention using her story. If you just joined us, she used her story that she was expecting, she was having irregular menses, okay, and that by God's grace, as she entered nursing, she realized that there was something wrong with her. She was just using it because she believes in God. She's a Christian. She was thinking that she just have to be praying without seeking, medical attention or medical help. And by God's grace, when through education or through learning, she realized that she needed help because she was having irregular menses. And I don't know why you might be going through, family, that might be similar to her situation, that can help you, to seek medical attention. She has made us known that PCOS, yes. It's something like hormonal imbalance. And she has told us that we do not have any cause to this sickness or disease, but we do have some predisposing factors that causes this condition. And she's telling us and advising us that based on her experience, we need to eat right. We need to eat the right kind of food. As an expectant mom, somebody who is expecting, you can't just eat anyhow. She's telling us that we should eat more of proteins and more of fiber foods. This is what she has told us. And she's telling us that using her life as example, I know that Deaconess has come out with a drink, which is natural drink, called Deaconess Maggie juice. And if you want to contact her, she supplies in big and small quantities. And I love that about you, Dickness. I love that about you. She also exercises practice. You know, you don't come on Diana's Diary and just come and tell us anything without practicing. This is somebody that I personally have an encounter. I personally know. So it's a big deal for me using her story on Diana's Diary to just tell us the reason. Now I know, Dickness, the reason behind your new lifestyle, and I've just been admiring you. But this is a great story to tell, and I'm happy that you are sharing it on Diana's Diary. Dickness nowadays is exercising. She put it on her status up there, and she's bounced back. She's looking good. You could see that her skin has even changed, and this is what she's telling us, that you don't need to stress. But she's told us that there are other times that it's unavoidable. There are some stresses that comes into your life that there's nothing you can do about it, especially at work. You go to work and maybe your workload is too much. There's nothing you can do about it, but just relax. Find ways to manage that stress. If you can avoid it, Dickness is telling us to avoid it. But if it's something that is not avoidable when it comes to stress, find ways to manage that stress, because when you are too stressed, it causes so many harm to the body, like delaying childbirth. It delays childbirth and causes so many unwanted situations in your life. So Dickness, God bless you so much. I'm so glad that you come on this platform to share this story and also giving us all these nuggets in us. And I believe that all that have come on board have learned something. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. It's a privilege, because I don't think I've shared my story with people like that, but it's a privilege to be sharing it on Diana's Diary, because people need to learn, people need to have this knowledge, and then to just know that there are some things that, yes, prayer works. I'm a child of God. I know prayer works, but lack of knowledge, my people also perish. You need to seek knowledge, know what is happening around you, know what is happening within your body. It goes a long way. So it's my privilege. When you have your health, you can achieve everything that you want to achieve. You can achieve your dreams, you can achieve your aspirations. You can have that money and spend it well on yourself when you have your wealth. Yeah, look after your health. Health is wealth, and God bless you all. Thank you so much for having me.
I don't know how to click that clapping button. If anybody knows, please put it there. I'm going to learn. Dickness, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. God bless you. God bless you, everyone.
All right. Thank you all for coming, especially my guests.